Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to dive into this 8th grade curriculum with you today. We're actually exploring a major milestone here. The students have been putting in the hard work, really learning the ins and outs of exponent rules, and now the lesson brings us to an exit quiz and a fluency check. But the curriculum frames this not as some scary, high-pressure test, but rather as a moment to shine on the stage that's been built all week. I really want you to get hyped for this because today is all about unpacking how this assessment proves just how much has been mastered. And to set the right mindset, the source material actually kicks things off with a quote from 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5, which says, "Test yourselves to see if you are in the faith, examine yourselves." I kind of love this because it brilliantly illustrates the curriculum's perspective that testing isn't just about a letter grade on a piece of paper. It's a fundamental way to examine our growth. It's an opportunity to look inward, check our readiness, and honestly, just celebrate how far our understanding has come. Okay, let's dive into this. The big idea today is pretty simple. Measure your growth. Quizzes are incredibly powerful tools for reflection. You've been building these mathematical skills day by day, right? Well, now is your chance to combine them to build that undeniable test confidence, and yes, to spot any small areas that might just need a tiny bit more review. Because really, that is exactly how we achieve true mastery. Section 1, your quiz game plan. Let's look at what you'll learn. So what exactly does the curriculum expect you to prove today? Well, first off, you'll show that you can simplify expressions quickly and accurately. Second, you aren't just going to solve problems. You'll justify your reasoning and actually catch errors, which is huge because that shows deep understanding. And finally, you'll demonstrate mastery across all the exponent rules we've covered. The product rule, the quotient rule, the power rule, the whole shebang. Okay, so what does the structure of this quiz actually look like in practice? It's short and it's highly focused. You're going to tackle 3 multi-step expressions where you'll combine your rules. Then you'll have 1 justification question where you explain your thought process out loud. And finally, there's 1 error analysis question where you get to play the teacher and find someone else's mistake. It's just a beautifully balanced way to show off your brain power. But wait, there is 1 more piece, and honestly, it's kind of the most exciting part. Just the number 5. Why? Because you are going to do a timed fluency check. Your mission is to simplify exactly 5 expressions in under 5 minutes. That is literally less than 1 minute per question. No way. Yes way. I know you can do this. You've got the speed and the accuracy, and this is exactly where your quick reflexes with exponents will really shine. Moving on to section 2, let's practice together. Time for a guided review. So think of me as your coach right now. I'm going to set up the plays, but I want your mind working right alongside mine to solve them. Ready? Here is our first challenge. Simplify, in parentheses, 2a squared b, all to the 3rd power, multiplied by a squared. So how do we tackle this? Well, first we need to respect the parentheses and distribute that cube to every single item inside. 2 to the 3rd power is 6. Actually, scratch that, it's 8. 2 times 2 times 2, right? For a squared to the 3rd, we multiply those exponents to get a to the 6th. For b, it just becomes b cubed. So now we have 8, a to the 6th, b cubed. But wait, we are done. We still need to multiply by that a squared on the outside. We have like bases, so we add the exponents for a. 6 plus 2 is 8. Your final beautifully simplified answer? 8, a to the 8th power, b cubed. Absolutely fantastic. Let's look at the next one. Simplify. In parentheses, x squared, y cubed, all squared. Take a beat here. Think about it. What rule applies here? That's right, it's the power of a power rule. When you raise a power to another power, the exponents multiply. So for x, 2 times 2 is 4. For y, 3 times 2 is 6. That gives us x to the 4th power, y to the 6th power. Quick, clean, and perfectly executed. All right, let's pivot and practice your justification skills. If I asked you to describe exactly how you used exponent rules to simplify the quantity of 5x cubed squared, what would you say? You'd need to verbalize it super clearly. You would explain that the base of 5 is squared, turning into 25. Then, you'd state that you use the power rule for the variable x, meaning you multiply the inner exponent 3 by the outer exponent 2, giving you x to the 6th. Put it all together, and you confidently state the answer is 25x to the 6th. Because being able to explain the why is literally just as important as knowing the what. Now, what's really interesting to look at here is a common error. Imagine a student looked at the problem x squared all to the 3rd power and gave the answer x to the 5th. Can you spot the pitfall? This is for sure one of the most common mistakes in algebra. The student added the exponents, 2 plus 3, instead of multiplying them. By the power rule, 2 times 3 is 6, so the correct answer is x to the 6th. Catching these errors trains your brain to be incredibly sharp. Let's bring everything we've practiced right together with this final multi-step problem. Simplify. The quantity 3m squared n cubed squared times m cubed n. Let's break it down real quick. The first part squared becomes 9m to the 4th n to the 6th. Now, multiply that by m cubed n. Combine your m's by adding the exponents. 4 plus 3 is 7. Combine your n's. 6 plus that invisible 1 is 7. Final answer? 9m to the 7th n to the 7th. You're doing incredible work here. If you followed that, your confidence should be through the roof right now. Section 3. The multiplication of life. Let's talk about the biblical morality tip. So we've conquered the maths, but I want to slow our pacing down for just a moment to see how the curriculum transitions away from equations on a page. The lesson actually demonstrates how a small beginning, like a single simple base number, can grow rapidly and exponentially when multiplied the right way. The curriculum suggests that in life, our choices follow the exact same law. Good habits, positive attitudes, and godly decisions, they start small, kind of like a base number of 2 or 3. But over time, the source material proposes they multiply into a strong, unbreakable foundation for your future. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. The lesson presents this really powerful formula. Consistency plus faith equals infinite impact. The idea here is that every single time you consistently choose to do your homework, or to treat a friend with kindness, or to lean into your faith, you are literally applying an exponent to your life. The curriculum teaches that with consistency and faith, the impact of positive, godly choices grows far beyond what you can currently see. You aren't just adding to your life, you are multiplying your potential. And that brings us to Section 4, Education with Morality, a look at the Godly Learner Series philosophy. So the crucial point of this curriculum is this: education without morality will hurt. The lesson asks you to earnestly consider, what is the point of being incredibly smart, of knowing all the exponent rules perfectly, of being highly educated, if you just continue to make bad choices that hurt yourself and the people around you? It frames true intelligence as using your knowledge to do good, to build up, and to make righteous decisions. When you combine that education with morality, the source material argues the result is pretty beautiful. As it says, referencing Romans chapter 8, verses 6 through 7, there is a promise of peace of mind to everyone who keeps their mind spiritual. And this isn't just some abstract idea, right? This is the genuine experience the curriculum aims to foster. When your mind is focused on good, spiritual things, you aren't just smart. You are peaceful, you're grounded, and you're truly successful. So, as we wrap up this explainer, the curriculum leaves us with a really provocative question. How will you use your multiplied math skills and your exponential godly choices to bring peace to your world today? It's a super compelling way to frame the tools and knowledge you've gained. Now go out there, ace that quiz, and multiply the good in your life. Thank you so much for joining me today. You've totally got this.